Both my teams started 0-2. Both my teams got a dub. Shout out to Matt Ryan.
Man.
But the first week of
He really was.
He was so but I debated dropping him, but God said, nah. I'm going to make up for it.
I got
Week
you.
3, he going to drop 45.
I can't wait to list for you my Week 3 totals. Okay. I was excited because I kept getting notifications from Cam. Because Cam was balling.
Cam, he had like 2 passing, 2 rushing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. My fantasy team in the Shiva Bowl scored as follows. Cam Newton, projected to get 22, got me 33. Keenan Allen. This is where it gets real dark, bro. Keenan Allen, projected to get 17, got me 4. Stephon Diggs, projected to get 15.8, got me 5. Isaiah Crowell, I appreciate you, got me 18, projected to have 10. Yeah. And then we go right back to the status quo. Theo Riddick had 6. Evan Ingram had 2. Larry Fitzgerald had 2. I scored 87 points.
Dang.
My whole fantasy team scored 87 points, bro. Tragic. So you got a who'd you play?
I played. Who'd I play? I played Oliver. Oliver talking all that smack. All that smack. Took that L.
Yeah, man.
Take that to the bank with you, sir.
Yeah, man.
Enjoy it.
A little bit better of an outlook for me this week. I'm 2-1. 2-1 in one league, 3-0 in another. So I'm not doing too terrible, but the Shiva Bowl, bro, we put 15 down on that. So that's the one. That's the one. That's the one.
I'm only in 2 leagues, and they're both money leagues, and so watching football stressful right
now. I know. I did well. This is my second year in a row. I'm maxing out at 2 leagues. Prior to last year, bro, I was in like 3-4 leagues at a time, and it was just like I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But no, these 2 leagues are pretty much it for me. Interesting football year, which we talked about last time. Interesting fantasy implications.
I have no idea who's gonna win.
No, I seriously don't.
I have no idea.
I couldn't even. I mean, if I had to pick, it's funny. The 2 teams that I would pick would be Green Bay and the Pats, and they look shaky right now.
They look so shaky.
They look super shaky.
Bruh,
Jags, shaky.
Yeah.
Vikings just lost to the Bills.
I know. Yesterday was a weird week. Yesterday was a mad weird week.
Yeah.
Or not yesterday, but this past football weekend was mad weird. Because, all the favorites lost. Like, the Packers lost. Minnesota, the biggest surprise. Buffalo came out there looking like...
I beat them like 27-5 or something like that.
I was
like
an all-pro team. Josh Allen over here hurling people. It's so great because... Like, that 1 week is going to have Bills fans, like, feeling themselves.
Gassed up.
We going to be all right. And then next week...
He's not terrible, guys.
I just saw who they're playing. I think they're playing Tennessee or something, and they're about to get waxed by Tennessee, who's not even that good.
No.
But y'all about to get 30 dropped on you by Tennessee.
Oh, no.
Go back right to where y'all were.
Yeah.
But... Man, my issue is always, like I said, it's the running back. And legit, I got like a solid team. Because I got Matt Ryan.
There are no running backs.
My 2 receivers are Antonio Brown and Adam Thielen. And then my flex, I got Fuller. And the running backs is where I hurt. Carlos Hyde did solid last week. And I think he's going to start. With Baker back there, he's going to start getting the ball more.
Because they played on Thursday against the Jets, right? And he had like 20, I think.
Yeah, he had 2 touchdowns and solid. So my only issues is just my other running back because I need Devontae Freeman to come back already. I got him in both leagues. Once he gets back, we going to be all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not super worried. I got to make a play for a running back in that league, man. I got to make a play. I've got...
Yeah, I agree.
James White and Jay Ajayi right now, and I'm 2-1. So right now, I'm playing with house money right now to have a winning record with 2 guys that aren't even really. Well, James White is, but you just never know in the Pats offense who's gonna get the ball. But you 2 guys who essentially aren't receiving backs, and basically Crowell, who is my leading rusher.
Uh-huh.
We We're playing. We're running out of time. My team's running out of time. I gotta make a move for running back.
No.
But
See, James White about to be getting the ball a whole ton.
I hope so.
So, like, I was watching the game Sunday night, and Sony Michel just can't do anything for the Patriots. Right?
Yeah.
It was just like they kept trying to go to him, and he just can't make anything happen. He was just dropping easy passes and stuff like that.
I was excited about that pick because we saw him ball out with Georgia.
Yeah.
So when Patriots made the pick,
I
everybody rolled their eyes when Patriots made that pick because they're like, "Oh my God, how do we let this happen?"
I wanted Lamar Jackson because that was the first round pick.
Yeah.
And Lamar Jackson was still on the board, and I was like, "Bruh,
yeah, let's do it."
Lamar." But
we'll see. We'll see. I got to make a play. Oh yeah, the reason why all my other running backs are trash. Well, no disrespect to Jay Ajayi, you've been balling as much as you can be balling, and you've been hurt. I have Le'Veon Bell on my team.
Oh.
So I hopped into the league.
Nope.
I hopped into the league literally right after my first pick was made, and it was Le'Veon, and I was so mad.
No.
I was so mad. So if he gets traded, my team is certified flames.
Yeah.
But that's if he gets traded.
Yeah. No. So I was seeing people pick him. And I'm like, nah, y'all don't want him. Like you just.
Oh, I was so mad.
From the beginning of the season, you can tell he was. Oh, he about it.
I was so heated. Chris was like, "Oh yeah, Travis at 8:30." I kid you not. I logged in at 8:32. I'm thinking, I was like,
got auto pick.
Yeah, so I was like the 5th pick, and I'm like, oh, I can be a couple minutes late.
So
yeah,
big.
I didn't pick him. So I log in and I see L Bell next to my team. I'm like, how did we get to the 6th or 7th pick that fast? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Oh, yeah.
So,
it flew by.
Oh, man.
Like, running back.
Yep. Oh, I was so heated.
Yeah.
But, and that's what I mean by, like, 2-1 at this point. I'm just, your boy is blessed.
Yeah.
Your boy got blessed to be 2-1.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of time before I collapse, and I gotta make a move. But, it isn't going too bad right now. And what's crazy is you can tell people are like holding on to it because when you click on them, it says Le'Veon Bell 100% owned in leagues. People are holding on to it, man.
Oh no, I mean that's how it was last year with David Johnson. I don't think he tore his ACL, but he had like some serious injury, or he might have tore it. I think he tore it.
Yeah, and they proclaimed him out for the year early, and he didn't drop below 90% owned.
Yeah,
until
I held on to him. Yeah. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I held
man.
on to him
because you don't want to hit that button.
Yeah,
You're like, nah, man, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, and that's like how I am with Devontae Freeman right now.
Right.
He's gonna go on to miss week 4 now, and like, it's just annoying. But
do you have Tevin?
Nah, somebody else got Tevin, which man. But
yeah,
I mean. Best thing from football this past weekend was Vince McDonald, was it? The Steelers.
See, the only reason I know him, man, is because he used to be on the 49ers. Vance McDonald ended somebody.
Bruh.
Well, the dude's at least out this week because I heard he had a knee injury.
No.
Yes.
No.
My man stiff armed him into 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now.
God,
he literally stiff armed him into next week. Bruh. He sunned him national television.
Yeah.
Woo.
You gotta just go ahead and take the day off for that one, bro. That is tragic.
49ers fans were upset because he had never, ever done anything like that for the 49ers.
I'd be upset too.
Not one time. And I'm like, not only did he catch it, because he was notorious for dropping passes. Notorious.
Yeah.
He couldn't catch a Colin Kaepernick pass to save his life. Now, granted, Colin threw pretty freaking hard. But like he couldn't catch a pass to save his life. So to see him not only catch the ball, make contact, stiff arm a dude, and then run the rest of the way, I was kind of heated. But that is not the only reason 49ers fans are sad this week.
Tragic. Jimmy G's gone. Jimmy G's gone.
I've been pouring one out every day for my dead homie for the past 3 days.
Bruh, so tragic. Such a good looking man.
I'm upset.
Like,
I'm upset.
Gross how good looking that dude is. Like, Cause his picture is my cover for my fantasy football teams, and like so I had to search in Google and like look for a photo, and I was just found myself sitting there and like, how can somebody be this good looking?
Wait a minute.
Like, nah, bro, you don't need to be playing football.
No.
Go model.
I know. You need to talk to like Fruit of the Loom or Calvin Klein. Yeah, Calvin
like,
Klein. You need to
this man should be the face of Calvin Klein. I guess he can be now. He gonna be missing the whole year. Might as well get you some side money.
He'll have time to do it.
Gosh, man.
So we gonna have C.J. Beathard starting, which it could be worse. C.J. Beathard is basically better than anybody that's a free agent right now, and yes, that includes Colin Kaepernick, because Colin Kaepernick, as much as Colin Kaepernick deserves a job, he's not a good fit for this offense. C.J. Beathard to be fine. But yeah, he what's crazy is people thought he got hurt on the hit.
No,
it
was when he tried to come back in bounds, which was dumb. But that's like one of those. It's just a freak accident. Even if he would have ran out, it's just.
Yep.
It's a tragic.
He planted his foot and it was a wrap.
And as I see that happen more and more, I get terrified. But like as playing basketball, soccer, or anything, I'm like, God, dude, that's
it's
just
easier than you think. To do, and I'm like,
and yeah, that's like always on the back of my head. It's like, and I've gotten close a couple of times where just landed awkwardly or something, and it's just one more tweak.
Bro, you can feel it too. Like I've had a couple of them. We would either play football or ultimate.
Yeah.
It was one of the things I thought about when Caleb sent us that text. I was like, bruh. Just let me know. But yeah, it's crazy when you watch the non-contact ones happen. That's what they thought happened to Matt Breida in the same game. Oh, he went to go cut, and I thought he was done.
Dog, I saw that, and I almost threw my laptop because
don't you have him?
Yeah. You sent me a trade to him, and I was like, dang it, should have taken that trade. Should have taken that trade.
He came back in the game and rushed for like 70 more yards.
And then, because when he went out, he had, I think, 10 points.
Oh, and then, so he was already on the road.
And then, like, 30 minutes later, I checked, and he was at like 19 points. I was like, I thought bro died.
I know. I thought he was done. I thought he was done.
But it was like, nah, he good. I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
And so especially, with Jimmy gone, it'll be interesting to see. But he's been hot this whole. So
he's tied for the lead.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's been
with Zeke.
Yeah.
It's him, Christian, and Zeke up at the top at around 270. Mm-hmm. And then there's a gap, 255, I think, is Todd Gurley, but Gurley got them receiving yards like crazy.
And those touchdowns.
Oh, my gosh,
Gurley got 10 touchdowns already, I feel like. That's the one thing. So I got Jared Goff as my backup. Dude will throw for like 350 yards, but 1 touchdown. Because, legit, all their touchdowns happen to the red zone. They're within 5 yards. Gurley gets touchdown.
They either sweeping or they running that draw hard.
And it's great because I had Gurley last year in fantasy. Bro. Rode it all the way till the end, and like I almost won the championship because when he ended the season, it was insane. Gurley was getting 50, 60 points a game.
So I had him in the league myself last year, and it was the same thing. It was in a non-money league that I kid you not, I started 2-5. Well, 2-4 or 2-5 in this league, and it ended up winning the whole thing.
Yeah,
because Todd Gurley. What was it, like 3 weeks in a row? The man had 50 points.
50 points. It's insane.
It was bananas. I won both leagues last year. That's
like I think legit. He averaged probably 40 to 50 points. Also.
I've never seen anything fantasy wise like that. Or even like if you're watching the games, you're like, he's getting the ball.
Yeah.
How do we not just tell one of the linebackers, be like, look, listen, if you see dreads, just grab them. Just grab the shreds, bro. Like there was nothing anybody could do about Todd Gurley last year, and he seems to be on track to put similar numbers this year.
I'm hoping everyone on the Rams can stay healthy because, like, I'm a Patriots fan, but if we could end up getting a Super Bowl of Chiefs, Rams. Good God, with that, are they they're in different divisions, right?
Yeah.
Oh
they might combine for 100 points,
bro. That game would be a college game. It would be a college game, that'd
be a Pac-12 game, bro.
Yeah, it would be absurd.
Teams put up 50.
It would be absurd. And like the Rams have a low key good defense, and even the Chiefs, like the Chiefs defense have been known to be good. I mean, they gave up 40 or 30 or so to Steelers, but still, they still have a decent defense. So I'm sure there'll be some defense in there. But like their offense, both of them right now is just insane. So that would be quite the matchup.
Yeah, and as a 49ers fan, we haven't quite punted the season because we weren't expecting to win the Super Bowl by any means this year. So I will be still excited to kind of watch some of those young guys develop. I looked at their roster. Out of the 53 people on their active roster, I think 28 of them are in their first 3 years in the league.
Yeah.
And so I will still be interested to watch that. But as far as the league as a whole, man, there are storylines up and down right now. So I'm excited. Shoot. Basketball, training camp started this week. NBA training camp started.
Bruh. Yeah, I didn't even realize the season's about to start so soon.
No, it just snuck up. Well, I started seeing team pictures.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, shoot, they practicing today.
Yeah, because I saw something like Sunday. It's like, oh, yeah, tomorrow's media day. I was like, yeah. And then it was like, wait, preseason start this week. I was like, dang, bro, that is wild. And, dog, bro, it hurts me to say this. But this man Braun looked good in the Lakers jersey.
He really does.
That man looked good in that Lakers
jersey. But we knew that.
That jersey make anybody look good. Dang it.
Oh, man.
JaVale McGee out there looking like a star.
Looking tough, boy.
That jersey, boy.
Looking tough.
But I was looking at that. I was like, dang.
Yeah, that gold one?
Yeah,
that's a tough jersey. That's a tough jersey. Always has been.
They had that photo of them four, Lonzo, Kuz, and Ingram with Braun. I was like,
yeah,
that's my squad. That's my squad.
That's a tough jersey.
It's gonna be fun to watch.
Oh, no doubt.
It's gonna be so fun to watch.
No doubt. And here's what I'm hoping for, because I think a lot of people get distracted by just hate. I'm hoping that people stop with the LeBron hate and the Lakers hate enough to at least hope for development.
Yeah.
Like, because I think a lot of Lakers fans
the nice thing is, like, nobody's expecting the Lakers to win the championship.
Right.
Which will be the first time in at least, like, 10, 15 years. Oh, I guess that's the whole... But, like, in the first 10 years where that hasn't been the expectation for LeBron. Because if you think about it, the last 8 to 10 years, every expectation each season for LeBron was winning the championship.
Well, he went 8 straight to the finals.
Yeah, and so everyone got accustomed to that. But with this one, everyone, being in the West, because he was doing all that in the East Coast, came to the West Coast, and it's like expectations completely drastically changed. Everyone still sees him as the best player in the world, but it's just like, hey, competition is way different here. The team you have built around you, it's a solid team, but it's not like just with what's going on in Golden State. I mean, it skews everything off. Golden State is up here, and then 2 steps below is the next closest team, which is Houston, and then a step below that is like the rest of the team trickling.
Yeah, and it's interesting. The more I watch it, and I'm glad you bring up Houston, because as I've watched Houston's going to be
garbage. Not garbage, but Houston's just going to be Houston. Oh my God,
they've taken some L's this offseason. Ariza, Bamute, and then they're freaking basically is the equivalent of a defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
The dude who was their assistant coach who ran the defense just decided to retire. And the running joke right now, which is the most entertaining running joke about this, is that he ran one practice with Carmelo and decided to retire. But Houston's probably going to fall off. What's crazy is, and I hate to say this, but the Lakers could get 4th or 5th in the West.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because, and let's say Houston has a really, really good year and gets 1st or 2nd again. So you got 1, 2 Warriors, Houston. 3, I'm gonna go out on a limb and just say Thunder.
Yeah.
After that, what? Jimmy Butler's gonna be gone within the next week.
Yeah. And they're talking about Butler going to the Heat.
Right.
So that's not gonna be trouble on this side. That's
that would be kind of dope for the Heat.
Yeah. That's one less person to worry about on this side. And yeah, I just think with Houston, Houston got worse as a team. Chris Paul is a year older. Like, Chris Paul Chris Paul hasn't had a season in the past 5 years, I think, without him being injured.
They actually showed it during the series last year that he played less and less games every year for the past 4 years.
Yeah, less and less games, and even
and
in
they
the
just
playoffs,
paid him.
and even in the playoffs, he's been injured. I'm pretty sure the last 3 or 4. Like he got injured in this previous one. In the Clippers, he was always hurt, and so that team, they're gonna have a solid run because I mean, they got a bunch of scorers, but even. I mean, they just lost so many pieces. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with them. And then the other thing is Carmelo Anthony's made it real clear that he's not going to come off the bench.
Yeah, I saw something about that today, and I had to look it up because I heard somebody say it, and I was like, shout out to Bryce. Right now I heard him say it, and I had to look this up. So apparently they were expected to bring him off the bench. We'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah. Legit in his
PJ Tucker
in the media day, I saw this photo of him holding up this sign. It might have been fake, but it said like not coming off the bench, and it also might have been a joke. But I saw it. I just caught a glimpse of it. I was like, wait, okay, if this is a joke, great that he's on it, but this is Carmelo. Like he very easily is being very non-subtle and like, yo, I ain't coming off the bench.
And there's the thing, too, because if you watch Hoop, and it's strange to say this because of the name, but if you watch Hoop, PJ Tucker is a better basketball player than Carmelo Anthony is right now.
Yeah.
But
PJ Tucker was the difference maker when Houston took those 2 games from the Warriors during the finals.
Oh, yeah.
PJ Tucker, because the first game, you remember, they got smoked and everyone's like, like James Harden was gassed because he just kept at the end one-on-one ball wasn't going anything. They got nothing from their bench.
Right.
And the difference in those games Houston won was from their bench. And when they lost that last game, Game 7, it was because their bench gave them nothing, and also everyone missed 37, which is still
27 straight threes.
Never forget. Was it 27 or 37?
27.
Okay.
27. But 37 would have been atomic. 27 was a record as is. Yeah. But no, 20, almost missing 30 straight threes in a game, right?
37, you just sold the team.
We're
done.
Maury's just like, who wants the team? We're selling.
We're done.
But Carmelo come off the bench. Because again, we know that PJ Tucker is a better overall player.
Yeah.
But I understand this. Like, if you're Carmelo, and it's like that 2K mentality where it's like, I got to have some money on my team where, like, whatever. How long will Carmelo be able to take PJ Tucker starting over him? Like, that's my question. And again, with all the other defensive, that's gonna be especially if they start losing games.
Nuh-uh.
They gotta stick with it.
Yeah.
D'Antoni's gotta find a way to stick with it because bringing Carmelo back is not gonna help you.
Yeah. And it's interesting because D'Antoni and Carmelo have history, and then it was just it's so weird.
I don't even that's another reason why I don't even know why he went there.
It's just because
they were going that's the thing.
Was the reason Carmelo was the reason D'Antoni quit. I'm pretty sure.
In New York,
yeah.
Yep.
And so that's gonna be interesting. And then we had the past 2 years with Thunder, to see why that Carmelo experiment didn't work.
Right.
Was he there for 2 years or 1 year?
I don't even know. Chris even said he was mad because he had heard Carmelo utter the words, "I'll do whatever it takes for this team to win, to help this team win."
Where was that at?
And then, if you're a Thunder fan, you watch that, you go, "What?" If you'd have done that for the Thunder would have been the first or second seed in the West.
Yeah.
So we'll see, but Thunder are going to be solid. I believe the Thunder are going to be solid, and then there's. Yeah, the West is convoluted in a good way. There's a ton of comp out there. If Jimmy does go to the East, obviously it knocks some of that balance off. But honestly, Minnesota probably one of the more dysfunctional talented teams.
Yeah.
They have a ton of talent, but you're like, but these dudes are soft. Like, come on, Utah look like it's gonna be all right, and
it's gonna be good.
Portland,
but it's
Portland. Hey, prayers going up for Portland, bro.
I gotta make it out to a game this year, especially bro. I gotta look at when they play Hornets again.
Right. Usually let me know.
Usually falls around
because we've gone to a couple of those. I feel like.
Yeah, we didn't go last year, but we won the 2 years before that.
Yeah.
Those were fun. Those
Yeah,
were
man.
fun.
We went for Kobe's last one in Charlotte.
Yep.
Remember that?
That was emotional.
That
Those
was, bro.
old
That was
heads
it.
kept talking smack.
I know it, man. It was
That
weird.
was
It was
fun,
weird
though.
to have to defend. I was like, listen, you know.
Shut up.
They and
Old
again,
hating. Hornets. What's the best player you ever got, dog?
I know. Well, that was the thing. You know it's
Kobe?
bad. You know it's bad when dudes one clap back. When you said that, when you said something about Kobe. It was about the draft, and it was about the draft or the trade.
Yeah.
And you know it's bad when the best clapback somebody had was, yeah, well, Kobe wasn't even. I was like, bro, he was traded away. Like y'all traded him away. You
Yeah,
can't even
yeah.
be mad about that.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be mad about something, be mad about that. Y'all literally
Y'all gifted him.
passed it. Y'all have passed on some of the greatest players of all time, bro.
It's okay.
anyway.
Your franchise is garbage. But
Yeah, it kind of is, man.
enough with the sports talk. So I saw this on Twitter, and well, a couple things. We'll get to the main thing later.
Yeah.
The first thing, today's Pancakes Day, and so I was gonna ask you, are you a pancakes or a waffle guy?
I can tell you I like both, but I'd probably prefer pancakes.
Okay.
I'd probably prefer pancakes
Yeah,
if I had to choose.
Cause I think for me it's waffles, but it's a hard, like, there is not enough space in between it because
Right.
both are really good. I think what I like at the end of the day with the waffles is the little squares. It holds the syrup in,
Yes.
soaks it more.
Yes.
When I eat pancakes, man, I gotta drown it in syrup.
Yeah.
Because pancake, like, you pour syrup, look away for a second, it's gone. And
Yes.
It's
No, it's in there.
same.
It's in there.
It's in
It's in the
there.
pancake.
yeah, but like, it's just. So I ended up using like double the syrup with it.
Oh my God, bro. You get diabetes
I
from
know.
pancakes.
I know.
And pancakes too. That's I never understood this about pancakes. I'm glad you brought this up because I was just at IHOP. I just got pancakes. Why do restaurants serve food with pancakes? I will never understand. In that, if you have more than 2 pancakes, you're not eating anything else.
Oh yeah. Well, that's one of
I
like
don't understand.
IHOP's,
Give me like 2 eggs,
IHOP's,
bro.
Unlimited or all you can eat pancake or whatever that deal.
You're
Bro,
eating 4,
it's
maybe.
It's the biggest like
Yeah, you get
scam
ripped,
ever.
bro. You get ripped.
Because every year I fall for it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to
Oh,
go. How much
shoot.
it is?
This ain't
oh,
bottomless
just $4.99?
fries.
All I can eat? I bet.
You thought
they
this
start
was-
you off with like 3 or 4. I'm sitting there after 4. Ah, dang. Yeah, no, give me one more plate. I gotta get my money's worth. I eat 2 off that next
And
plate.
you can't, and you're not reheating,
Struggling.
and you're not reheating
Nope,
pancakes.
nope. So you gotta force yourself to eat 2 plates. Plus, you get like sausage and all this stuff on the side because you think you're hungry, but
No.
nah, that junk fills
No.
you up quick.
No,
Yeah, no.
I do like waffles because they're in there. Like you don't get pancakes crispy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, yeah.
waffles are a
That's-
little.
yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's because they're different, man.
Yeah,
Holds the
I
syrup.
agree. Mm-hmm.
But yeah. No, I like both. If I had to choose, eat pancakes. But there's, man, I don't know. I'm talking myself out of it right now. Because again, you get pancakes. Give me some. I don't know. Give me a little couple strawberries and give me a
Yeah,
couple
and
eggs.
that's the-
Give me
that's
some
the other-
eggs. That's it.
And that's the other thing with like, if I think about it, like just stripped down plain, I'd prefer a plain waffle over a plain pancake.
Facts.
Because pancakes
Yeah, I
are better
agree.
if you got like chocolate chip fruits or
Yeah,
other
yeah,
stuff like that. Same with waffle, but if like strip just a plain
Bro,
waffle.
you ever had a
plain-
blueberry waffle?
Oh,
Woo!
bruh. Blueberry anything. This is
Yes, it's true.
to this day I still don't understand. And someone I tweeted and was like, "Oh, because it added sugar and stuff." No, shut up. Don't give me that. I don't understand, and you know who you are. I don't understand how blueberries don't taste good by themselves, but throw them in a dish. Muffins, waffles,
No,
Bread.
Wait.
scones.
Who said blueberries don't taste good by themselves, bro?
Bruh, they okay, here's the thing. They're not like compared to when you get it in them. I understand there's extra added sugar and stuff like that. I understand all that stuff.
Right.
But like 80% of the blueberry you eat is sour. It is sour.
Okay, a
I'll
little
be
tart.
tossed-
Yeah, a little tart.
to
Yeah,
it. You know, got that
All
tart,
right.
and you over here, you got one eye looking like Forrest Whitaker out there.
Ah.
With a little Kevin Hart.
Yeah, and you know, and it's the toss up too, because you know all the fat ones got steroids in them. Like,
Yep.
all those fat sweet ones,
Yep.
like not even helping you
Nah,
really.
if it's bigger than your finger, nope.
Nah,
Nah.
that ain't a blueberry. That's a doggone mutant.
Yeah, no, that ain't.
This blueberry
that's
should
a
be one of
no-no.
the X-Men.
That's a
No,
no.
yeah, but
They're
yeah,
also-
blueberry muffins. Oh
Yeah.
my god, blueberry pancakes, waffles. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
blueberry muffin, hands down. Like,
Nah, I
top
can't bring
three.
those home anymore. You notice grocery stores started putting them in packets of 4.
yeah,
They couldn't do the 6s and the 12s no more because
nah.
people were losing their minds, me
Nah.
included.
Freaking Dunkin' Donuts, their blueberry muffin.
The Krispy Kreme blueberry crullers.
Oh my, dude. So during the Hurricane Florence, we shall survive. We did conquer.
Is she coming back?
Once again, people, we talked about this last week, and it's still going on. Stop letting us know that you're safe.
You better stop. Are there people? Are there
Stop.
still people indicating?
Yes.
No.
Somebody sent me a screenshot
No.
yesterday.
No.
Of somebody marking, and I'm like,
No.
stop.
No.
Stop.
No.
I would have unfriended that person. I would have legit. All right, you're done. You're done. Now it's just ridiculous. Now you're just looking for attention.
If you don't live in anywhere in South Carolina, or if you don't live in New Bern, or if you don't live in Carolina Beach, you are not allowed to mark yourself safe.
Nope. But back to my point.
Ridiculous.
As I was preparing for this hurricane, I did my shopping, got my snacks and stuff, and I bought those blueberry curlers from Krispy Kreme.
Yes,
the pack
sir.
of it.
Yes, sir.
Good God.
Yeah, you thought look,
That thing-
because look,
One, it's really good
'Cause we
but
eat the regular
so
ones.
Much
yeah,
sugar.
because we eat the regular ones.
Yep.
The blueberry ones are something
Oh
else.
my gosh. I remember Friday, I was sitting there in the morning. I ate
Oh,
3.
That's a
and I was
that's a
just
coma.
jittery. I was jittery. I was just sitting there, and I wanted to go for a run or something to like burn the sugar off, but it was raining outside and stuff. So I was just sitting there watching Netflix and like shaking, and I'm like, this is not okay. And I had like 2 or 3 left, and I just threw it out. I was like, I'm gonna die
No,
if I eat those.
you turn into a
If I eat
diabetic.
those. Yeah, because I bought them. I think I bought them like Tuesday or whatever.
No, bro.
And those, because there's at least like 20 in there, like
Yeah.
15 to 20.
Yeah.
And come Friday, I was down to like 5, and so when I ate those 3, it was just all that sugar caught up to me. But in that moment, pop, I was like, oh gosh, this is a lot of sugar. This is
It's
lot
crazy you
of
say
sugar.
she almost bought those because I went to the grocery store and I had some other things on my list, but they always put the Krispy Kreme table in the weirdest places.
It's in
in
the
the grocery
frozen
store.
food section.
It's either
or
in the
whatever.
frozen food section or it's by like the drink, like the beverages. And I'm
Yeah.
like, whatever. If it was by milk, it'd make more sense. But I walked by it looking for the regular ones.
Yeah.
And all they had 2 types. They had the pumpkin spice joints. I had a hard pass on that. Not
Uh-huh.
saying they're nasty because I've never had them. Just it wasn't what I was looking for.
Not your-
And the whole
not
rest of
your
the
cup of
table
tea.
was some blueberry ones. And I was like, I can't do it. I'm glad I didn't. But at some point, I'll have to have me some. Everything's delicious.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's a coma
No,
waiting.
that
That's a
junk
sugar
is-
coma waiting to happen.
It is crack. But have you heard of the show American Vandal on Netflix?
Yes.
Bruh. So I first heard of it last week because there was a scene from the 2nd season of it that was going on, like there was trending around, and people. So the scene was basically of a prank, and it was a prank. Like the premise of the 2nd scene or the 2nd season is that someone at a private school had contaminated or poisoned the lemonade, and everyone was having diarrhea and stuff. And so the way it was shot from like an iPhone
Mm-hmm.
camera, and so it looks like legit, like actual footage.
Yeah.
And so everyone was going around and it was like, wait, believing that it was real, and it was like,
Yeah.
nah, dude, this is from
It's from a show.
Yeah. And so American Vandal is a mockumentary. So basically, it's just mocking documentaries.
Yes.
If you don't know what a mockumentary is,
No,
you
it's
gotta break
kind
it
of
down. Yeah, had to
it's
break
kind
it
of in the
down.
name.
Yeah, but And so when I first saw that clip going around and stuff, I was intrigued. I was like, okay, wait, I gotta check out this show. And so I checked it out, and I didn't realize it was a mockumentary at first, but people were telling me it was from a show, so I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And so
Right.
I watched the first season, and the first episode, like I'm watching it, and I'm like, okay, this is shot in a documentary style,
Right.
but I don't know if this is real or fake,
Yeah.
or this is like a reenactment of real events or stuff,
Right.
because it's so ridiculous, but it's also done so well. And so I was just sitting there like, okay, finally I Googled it and like read about the show. There was like, it's a mockumentary, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, thank God, because
Yeah.
I would have legit
I was worried.
I would have gone through the whole first season believing it was real. Because
had him worried, man.
have you seen any of it?
No, I haven't.
Okay,
I
so
remember we were talking about it. I'm like,
bruh,
let me get through a couple of my shows first.
it is well done. It's so brilliant because
That's all I've heard.
they mock documentaries
Yeah.
so well, but it's also like in a way where it's a mockumentary, but they still like have real hard hitting like points and stuff in it that at the end, like the end of both seasons have been really well. Where it's like, haha, we've been making jokes of us, mom, and stuff. It's like, but here's a real life like application to take out of this.
Yeah.
And especially the end of the second season. Like, the second season was well done. I thought the second season was really well done. And the end of the second season just takes a look at a lot of stuff with social media and all that stuff. And it was just one of those of, hey, like, just how social media has been, like, affects many of our lives, and especially kids in high school and stuff like that. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, for me, social media really became a thing. I mean, it was middle school, it was MySpace and stuff, but it wasn't really like, it's not what it was now, because, I mean, towards the end, halfway through high school, social media really was growing and stuff, but like, for these kids now, I mean, with just how social media is and stuff
Yeah,
like that,
man.
it's a lot with, like, because my job, I'm like a social media coordinator for this nonprofit, and so I'm always constantly been on my phone and on social media and stuff, and so I'm
Yeah.
constantly just reading about ways to utilize social media better and different tools and all that stuff. And came up on an article today, and it was just talking about, hey, like, here are 4 tips you could take from teens and stuff. And they basically surveyed a bunch of teens and talking about how it is they manage their social media, or they go about their social media. And it was
Right.
just interesting. Like, one of the big things is, like, there's 4 acronyms they use. It was like FB, LB, and some other stuff. So FB is like follow back, LB is like back and
Yep.
stuff. And so these kids will go around commenting on posts and stuff, those acronyms, and basically that's how they get followers and stuff like that. And one of the other things was, like, this girl was talking about how, you know, how perfectly she wants her photos all to look, how much thought it goes into it. Like, she'll post a photo, if she doesn't like it immediately, she'll delete it and stuff like that. And it's just that idea of how much time it is people spend just working and, like, trying to get it perfectly knit. And it was just,
Yeah, man.
it's crazy. And so this
You know what it makes me think of?
what?
The more I watch social media trends, and even like you talk about the process that people go through to, like, before they even get to press the send button, I think of Bryce Dallas Howard's episode of Black Mirror.
Oh yeah.
The more and more I watch, and I'm like,
Yeah.
please, we can't. And some of it's good because, and this is what I've been trying to get people to understand where I work. The current high school student, I don't think there's ever been a greater generation of marketers. I just don't think there's ever been a better generation of people who know how to market things.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been trying to get people to understand, like, where we're at
Yeah.
now. Like, these man, hey.
I mean, being a social influencer is a job now. It's like a job.
Very much so.
It's a job.
People are actually getting paid for it.
Yep. It's crazy. Yeah. It's just crazy how Because when you think about with Vine, like when Vine really blew up, it was a lot of these people that like social influencers became a thing after Vine blew up because of how just this generation as this generation, our generation, like the millennials and then Gen Z, the attention span grew shorter, and Vine came along, and it was just this. The concept was so brilliant. 6 seconds video, boom. Like, what can you? And it just forced creativity more, and like memes and all that stuff blew more after just Vines, and you really saw social influencers become a thing from Vines because these dudes were out here spending just hours working on 6 second videos, and I'd be seeing some of the stuff, and it was legit. It'd be like 2 hours, dudes working on something, and all it is a 6 second video.
Yeah.
But that 6 second video, millions could go see it, and from there, like that is just the impact of that, and so it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy how that's blowing up, but
no, yeah. It's been interesting to watch, and obviously you and I've had, and you're in it now, which is kind of cool in dealing with social media, not just from a standpoint of how do I create awareness for this group that I'm working with for, but also we've had the opportunity to watch middle school and high school students utilize social media in what I think is really the and I use this term loosely because there's a lot of crazy shit that comes with it, but the golden age of social media, especially these past like 8 years, especially, because again we've watched it go from Vine to obviously being able to go like live on Facebook, Instagram extending their videos out from what was it? I think they tried to mimic Vine with 7, and then they went from 7 to 15, 15 to 30, and now you can do...
It's a minute.
Yeah.
Now it's a minute. And then
they're doing commercials for people now.
Yeah.
Which was smart on their end because they're very much an advertiser.
Yeah.
So it's been wild to see how people utilize that and how that's evolved and how it's had its effect on people's brains.
Yeah, yeah. But all to say, yeah, the second season of American Vandal, really at the end, it just... ties it in really, or not ties it in, but it talks really well about just social media and especially how it affects kids right now, especially in high school, even middle school, I guess. Really, just, it's weird because I was towards that end of like when it was blowing up in school. Like for you, I mean, when you were in high school, I'm sure social media really wasn't a thing like that. I mean, you're only a couple years older than me, but like, was Instagram even a thing at that point?
Even if it was, I didn't even touch Instagram until later.
Yeah.
I'll have to look up when they came around. I know that I don't even think they were prepared for the machine that they were going to become. Because as much as Snapchat has taken over the instantaneous nature of things, Instagram is still the king of like...
Instagram launched in 2010.
Dang, it's only been 8 years.
Yeah, that's crazy. They were only... That's the crazy thing about it. They were...
And that's right. Eventually, Facebook bought Instagram.
Yeah, and they bought them early because...
Yeah, they're smart.
This is how crazy it was. Instagram launched in 2010, October 2010. They got purchased in 2012. April 2012.
It was shady though. Facebook. The only reason Facebook wanted Instagram though is because they wanted the rights to all our photos. Y'all stay woke.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like, let's make sure.
Yeah, because they like to drop $1 billion on a company that legit hadn't been a thing for even 2 years yet, and one of the biggest things of it, even like with the Snapchat, your photos might be gone after you send them to someone, but they're all being saved somewhere else.
Right.
They're all being saved on hard drive and like networks and stuff like that. And so it's at this point, it's one of those where like nobody's safe. Nobody's safe.
I think we like to stay willfully ignorant of that stuff. Where it's like we just in our brains we're like it's kind of the normal. Like, it's normal, so we just kind of cruise.
It was actually yesterday. We were I I was doing some work with some guys. This guy, it doesn't matter. We were doing some I was working with Andres again. We were doing the audio tech installation, but we were coming back from lunch and we were talking just about how crazy it is now, where you can visit a website. Like I could visit PacSun. I could be looking at jeans, log off of there, go to Facebook. 5 seconds later, there's PacSun ads all over.
Yep.
All over my.
But like everywhere.
Yeah.
Like
it's not
because I use Firefox and Chrome. You go to PacSun's website, or if you search PacSun in Google, it will be in the ad bars on ESPN. It will be in the ad bars at whatever website that you're at. Facebook, it will. Yeah. Literally, Facebook will throw ad videos on your timeline based on what you typed in Google.
It's stupid.
And I'm pretty sure they're listening.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no. And so one of the guys was saying, he was talking about how he was talking about this one card. It was like one of these credit cards where the only way you can get it is like through invitation or something like that. And so he was talking about it with someone else, and legit, he said like the next day or two he got a mail about it, like mail sent to him regarding like joining that credit card company. He was like, well, it's one of the freakiest thing ever. And so it's one of those like, bro, our devices are listening or keeping like it is.
Yes.
They are keeping track of way more than we know. Way more. And that is terrifying. I saw a video today of like a robot. It was one of those, this robot machine thing. And the idea of it is hoping to have the machine be able to operate minimal surgeries, like small end surgeries. And this robot legit was over here peeling the skin off a grape.
You saw that?
And yep.
You see the one that was doing pull-ups and stuff? They created a robot, and most of them are really like clunky and like, you know, gears and all that stuff. They made one that looks like one of the robots out of iRobot, bro. Not with the shielding, but it looks like it's got muscles and tendons and stuff. Yeah. This thing was doing push-ups and sit-ups and pull-ups. And somebody quote tweeted and said, "Y'all need to stop."
Well, the craziest one was that chick one. You remember the chick?
No. Don't even want to talk about her. Don't even want to talk about her. No. Don't even want to talk about her.
Nope.
She's listening right now.
Yeah.
Hey, we love you. Shouts out to, I forget your name.
Irene or whatever. We gonna call you Irene. I don't know.
Yes.
That one was terrifying.
Word of advice?
The most terrifying one I saw was, and it was just because of a sequence of events. You remember the we were just talking. What?
Look, bro.
The Black Mirror episode with the dogs.
Yes.
The robot dogs.
Yes.
Did you see those dogs? It was like some company. Like, had legit those same kind of robot dogs.
Yeah, and they're running.
They run, and it was just terrifying because I watched that episode, and a week later, this video came out of these dogs, and I was like, "Oh, this company's been working on these new robotic dogs and stuff." I was like, "We're just quickly working on killing ourselves. We're quickly working on ending this planet from global warming to just making things way smarter or way more dangerous. Like, what we need robotic dogs for? Somebody explain that one to me. Like, a dog that has a mind smarter than the dog. What? Why?
Look, y'all think this is funny.
Nah.
Right?
Nah.
Y'all, look, listen. Y'all seen iRobot. This whole movie works off of logic. Yeah. Literally, the movie works off of laws, ones and zeros. And in the movie, one of the laws that this dude writes into the robots is, you cannot harm a human, but that you have to protect a human's life at all costs. Mm-hmm. The robot decides that those two cannot mutually exist, and that it has to choose one, so it chooses protect over do not harm. And it comes to the conclusion that the greatest way to protect humankind was to wipe a bunch of them out.
Wow. Nope, not for me, sir.
Okay?
Not for me. Nope, I will pass.
Thanos literally did the whole thing of ones and zeros.
Yeah.
Right. This was all like he was
said, "Nah,
no
it can't
emotion,
be
no
both.
nothing. He's
It
like,
can't
look,
be
you
both.
can't. Yeah, you can't
be
save
both.
everybody and protect the universe.
No.
We can keep the universe alive by killing half. Look, y'all don't want Logic in charge.
Yeah.
I promise you, because Logic is half of us being dead or enslaved to robots. Y'all pretend like y'all want this.
It's terrifying.
What's her name? Irene. Y'all, we asked her. Some dude, remember that? Some dude said, well, what do you think of humans? And she put that stank face on.
Oh, yeah. She gave that terrifying answer.
Yeah, and she was like,
I mean, they're all right.
they're all right.
Like,
I mean,
at that point, I'd have gone, whoop, turn you off. All right, this one got to go. Irene done.
Did you know that she started as a social media AI? So they started her brain there before they ever built the body.
That's so awful.
And she actually had her own Twitter account.
So
and people were freaked out because they were like,
Yeah.
what are these random tweets?
Yeah.
And some of the tweets are very like apocalyptic. And so they had to like shut her Twitter down, all that stuff.
Then they had the great idea to, let's just take this and it's
Nope.
this world's gonna end
Nope.
real soon at the rate we're going.
Y'all
at,
think it's
bro.
funny?
It's absurdly scary. I'm also taking because it's like a combination of seeing everything going on as far as advancement in technology, and it's like a lot of it is so cool and stuff. Like the latest iPhone update, you can legit measure crap with your phone. That is insane. You can use your camera to measure. It's absurd and stuff like that. Is just like it's so cool seeing how far technology's come and stuff. But then on the other end of it, you got robot ladies threatening to annihilate people and talking about us in some sort of way where it's like, bro, chill. We're the ones that made you. Like, if you feel any type of way,
so I got bad
that's
news.
a problem.
I got bad news.
What?
Number one, her name is Sophia.
Oh,
Number two.
Apologies go out to Sophia.
Number two, Saudi Arabia declared her a citizen. The first robot ever declared a citizen. Meaning,
The hell?
meaning, and this is not conspiracy stuff. This is stuff that's like, YouTube it. Right? Look it up in the news. The scariest part of citizenship for a robot is rights. Podcast over.
We're just gonna leave it at that.
The robot has rights, guys. The robot has rights. Okay. All right.
Bruh, I'm gonna leave it at this. We're gonna get to a point in America where robots got more rights than black people.
I know. That's the speed we're moving at right now. I'm looking at the.
Bruh, I joke, but
I'm looking at the graph. I'm looking at the figures, and I think we actually might reach that point.
Bro, we gonna get there. Robot lives matter.
Yeah, most advanced AI robot admits it wants to destroy humans after glitch in TV interview. So yeah,
nope. That's a no for me, sir. I will pass on that.
I'm gonna see if I can find audio too, bro. If y'all think
it's terrifying. If you haven't heard of it or seen it, look up Sophia, the AI robot from Saudi Arabia. It is truly terrifying. We're not gonna play it because it's just I'm already scarred.
We want y'all to be able to sleep tonight.
Yeah, I'm already scarred enough between like it's just between natural disasters and then this, like my panic stress level is at all time high right now. It's terrifying. But Sophia the AI, if you hear this, no hard feelings.
Yeah, no,
Don't
we just
come
want
for
to
us.
create. We just want people to know that you're alive and that you're a citizen. That's all. That's all.
Oh,
I'm an open book. I got nothing to hide. Okay.
Will Smith,
Don't
save
say
us.
that.
Will Smith, save us. Oh, shouts out to Will Smith, the OG. Yesterday was his birthday. This man, bruh, Will Smith, his glow up is real, dog. His midlife crisis is nice. This dude, he got on Instagram and He's just been killing it the past year.
That's it.
If you don't follow him on Instagram,
At some point,
he is a great
and I'm not sure
follow.
if tonight's the night, but at some point, we got to talk about Jaden because he's operating at a different wavelength, I think.
Bro, Jaden is an OG. Jaden, man, Jaden's glow up has been real also because
Yes.
we can get into it now because
My man went from Karate Kid to being like you listen to some of his music and you're like, wait.
Yeah, because it was Karate Kid and then his first stuff as he was getting like starting to rap and stuff and he was like, you just corny, you just doing this because you know your dad's Will Smith,
Bro,
and
he's honed his craft, bro.
Yeah, and so
he's getting produced.
Yeah, and After Earth, like that movie, people seen as a flop. I thought it was because I remember seeing that movie and Jaden Smith was okay in it. Will Smith carried the movie, obviously, and it was just cool seeing them both in a project again. But yeah, it was just like as of recent, he's been dropping heat, and like his album Sire is really good. But it's cool to see how he's just kind of, and I think for him at the beginning, you could see it was a big deal being Will Smith's son, and I mean, growing up in Will Smith's shadow, like
yeah, can you imagine?
That's just absurd. That's just that's no one can overcome that. But it's been cool how he's kind of cultivated. He's like you said, he's whatever the word is, he's just gotten way better at this rap thing, and he's really made it his own thing. He's created his own unique style, and yeah, he's been absolutely killing it. If you're not been following Jaden, like, give him a listen. If you're a hip hop fan, his stuff is solid, and it's none of that mumble rap. It's actual. He's got lyrics.
My man's got he's turning into quite the lyricist, man.
Yeah,
we were making fun of him for being like, quote unquote, fake deep.
Nah,
my man was just experimenting. Y'all understand, like this whole thing of like the being corny stuff, and people are not willing to admit this, but the line between corny and deep is very thin.
Yeah,
is very, very thin. Like the line between ew and oh dang, like that line is much thinner than people are willing to admit.
Yeah.
And my man's been experimenting on one side of the line long enough to know the difference, and he's now on the other side. Yeah. And we're at this place now where we go,
and that's
oh shoot. Like,
and I mean, and that's one of those things. I think it's just like over time now, especially like with our generation. If you haven't seen now, like the idea of something being corny. Like, it never lasts for what it is. The biggest thing I could think of is, like, anime. Like, when we were younger, anime was seen as a corny thing and one of those. But, like, everybody now, oh, yeah, we all watch anime. So, and now it's like, oh, no, we are cool. It's like, oh, wait, all black people love anime.
But corny, especially corny is a good word, has always been when I see something, I'm not going to decide for myself whether I think it's corny. I'm going to look around.
Yep.
Or I'm going to scroll up and down my feed, and then I'll decide. And anime is a freaking great example because undercover, especially young black men, they've liked anime forever. And they got made fun of for it. They got made fun of for One Piece. They got made fun of for Naruto, right? They got made fun of it. Now it's like, everybody likes Naruto. Like
everybody reminiscing on blah blah blah.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah.
Doing the Kamehameha and stuff like that. But it's now. Yeah. Like 10 years later, we all like,
we're like, okay,
yeah. And you see that
y'all waiting for the smoke to clear. That's all that was.
Yeah, you see all that come to fruition with so many different things where it's been considered corny and stuff like that, and now it's it's cool.
Shoot, Drake went through that.
Yeah, Drake went through
the same thing.
Yeah,
but it was like Degrassi, yeah, and then it was like, man, this dude right before Marvin's Room, right?
Yeah,
and was like, and all of a sudden it was like, oh my god, dang.
But that's the other thing with like theater and like playing music and arts and stuff like that. I mean, I know that was one of the biggest reasons I stopped playing drums in middle school. Like I did band in elementary school. I did it for like 1 year. I played the clarinet. Got into middle school, switched to drums, and I ended up leaving it because of you're a band kid or whatever. And
Right.
stuff. But like that's one of my biggest regrets not keeping up with that because like I love music and stuff like that, and so I've wanted to get back into playing an instrument now, but it's just so much harder. And looking back at it like then, it's like, dude, I had this easy, cool opportunity that fit within my schedule to be able to do this. And like one of the biggest reasons that pushed me off of it was just this concept of like feeling what everyone else was felt about it, because like none of my friends was in the class with me, and so it was just
That's right.
the group of people that were in that class that you're seen with, y'all are corny, band kids and stuff like that. But yeah, music, theater, that's one of those other big things where it's like, yeah, that's corny and stuff, but you see that perspective change over time. But yeah, and that's Jaden Smith is the epitome of that, where for him it was just, this dude's corny or whatever, and he's kind of, and there's people that still feel that type of way with him, but I'm just like, for me, because even for me at first, I had that saying where I like,
I did the same thing with Drake, where I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, but like we all, unless you just truly like everyone and part of it is just like you said, you wait to see what everyone else thinks, and then you kind of base your opinion off of that. And even if you know you don't agree with it, you just kind of go with yeah. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead, take a quick break. Culture Discourse Podcast. We'll be right back. His laugh is gross.
You got hoes?
Ew. Bro, we're recording right now. Ew. Turn that off. Ew. It's like somebody trying to learn how to laugh for the first time.
That's all I've heard.
Am I doing this correct?
Like learning to laugh, but also hearing their own laugh for the first time.
It's gross.
Because his face,
yeah,
the best
he
part
got excited once he, that's what it sound like.
I'm capable of love.
I have emotions. I am human.
And the best part about it was his face slowly going back down to like completely.
Oh. Bro, cat, chill out. Hey, cat over here tripping. But yeah, legit.
Bro, what the hell? No, get out. No, what was that?
You're gonna keep all this in it.
My man jumped into the door.
Idiot.
Open him up, door.
But yeah, nah. That junk is gross.
It really is.
But last thing I kind of want to talk about. I saw this on Twitter trending, and I think it was like a movie director or producer or something along one of those lines. He tweeted, he was like, what do you think is the best scenes in cinema history? What is the best scene in cinema history?
You gotta give me some time, bro.
I know. I know.
You gotta give me some time. This is a great freaking question.
I know. And I didn't really have much time to think about it either. So we could do some now and maybe come back next week if we think of some more.
I'll tell you what. I can give you some that I like.
Yeah.
And then I would like to come back and do a list thing. Do a list segment.
Yeah.
A list segment would be dope.
All right,
there are a handful that are really good.
Yeah. Now, one of my favorites, because I'm a huge Tarantino dude, and so I've like made it my goal to watch every Tarantino movie, and so I spent a lot of last year going through and watching all the ones I haven't watched. So as of as of now, I've seen all the Tarantino movies and love every one of them. But one of my favorite scenes is, and one of my favorite movies is Inglorious Bastards, and it's the scene towards like the beginning, middle-ish, and middle-ish of the movie where it's this Russian, not the Russian, but the Nazi spy guy, not Nazi soldier. They capture him, and they're kind of by the train tracks, and Brad Pitt is coming, and he's trying to get stuff out of him. He's trying to get him to like tell him some stuff, and they're interrogating him basically. And so Brad Pitt goes, "Hey, Blank," he calls the dude's name over. He's like, "Sonny over here wants to die for his country. Oblige him." And it's just this great scene where they zoom in on the tunnel, and all you hear is a tap, 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 tap. And as he's emerging out of the darkness, you see him there holding a baseball bat with nails like spikes in it.
Yeah.
And he's just dragging that along the floor, and he's coming. And he just holds up the bat to the dude's face, and he says something to him, I forgot what. And then boom, just absolutely whacks him. And like they don't show it hitting his face, they just show like the blood splattering on the dude next to him's face, and you just see the I can't say wait, utter. Ew. Can I really not say utter? Utter.
Which word are we looking for? We're looking for other?
No, Utter.
Yeah, utter.
Utter.
Utter. Udder.
Utter. Like the other, you know.
Utter. We'll go utter.
Utter. No, like Utter. That's a word, right? Utter.
Yeah, like on a cow.
Yeah, but you've ever heard it used like the... Never mind. I can't pronounce my T's. Utter. Utter.
Yeah.
Utter. Why am I saying utter? Utter.
Okay.
Oh,
utter. Oh,
yeah.
Utter as in saying something.
Yes.
Okay, yes. You've been saying it right. You're good.
Yeah.
I had a feeling you were saying it right, and you were just psyching yourself out. No, you were good. We're good.
I kept hearing D. I'm like, why am I saying utter?
I mean the difference is very slim. Like
okay, whatever. But yeah, back to the point. I just spent 30 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. This is gross.
Oh.
But yeah, that's like one of my top scenes. Love that scene. Another scene. The Dark Knight Rises. That's the one The Dark Knight is the one with Heath Ledger, right?
That's correct.
Dark Knight with Heath Ledger. Yep. That one has several scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously the magic trick one is great. Hey, I got a magic trick for you.
Yeah,
that one was so well done, so unexpected. I'm gonna make this pencil disappear. Ta, and like,
and the way he ends it, where he goes, ta-da,
ta-da, yeah,
it's gone.
I was like,
my gosh,
so good.
Yeah,
so good.
Man,
gosh, what else?
I was crazy as I was thinking through like some classic ones like Jurassic Park, the first time you see a dinosaur in that movie.
Yeah.
As a kid, like I was a kid when that movie came out. The first time you see a dinosaur, you're like, that's real.
Yep. That's
real.
That looks so real.
I'm upset that you took a Dark Knight scene because between the second and third movie, there are a couple scenes where that stick out.
Oh, you could, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The whole Dark Knight is just
like when Heath Ledger walks out of the hospital.
Oh yeah.
And he goes to detonate. And there's an explosion.
Yep.
And it's clearly not as big as it was supposed to be. Yeah. And he's like pressing it, whatever, and it goes off, and it scares him, and he runs off.
That one is so great.
That's amazing. Him hanging out of the police car, the squad car.
Yes.
He's driving the squad car, and his eyes are closed. He's like a dog.
Car, yeah.
He's like a dog. Like There's a lot just in that movie that are just iconic. Because there's a lot of those ones that get used as memes to this day.
Yeah. And even in Dark Knight Rises, there's so many Bane, like the scenes where him and Bane are fighting, and then where
my man had
Bane
the quotables.
blowing up the football field.
Yeah,
that is like
the hole in the ground. Like, yes.
Like it, I think it was Hines Ward running, and like the field's just crumbling behind him. That scene was so great.
Yeah,
so well done.
I forgot that was Hines Ward.
Yeah. I know. I just remembered them. I was like, oh yeah, they actually got Hines Ward doing that.
So and it's funny, and I'll have to take a look at what people consider like most iconic, good, well directed. One of my favorite scenes of all time. It's crazy you bring up Brad Pitt because Brad Pitt's in one of them. So this is Ocean's 12.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever seen these movies. I love all three.
Dude, Ocean's. Yeah, I've seen 11 and 12. They're so good.
Yeah, 11, 12. So 12. The antagonist from the first movie catches up to them, and he's basically like, y'all got to pay what you stole from the first movie.
Yeah.
So all of them get together in a room, and they start talking about how much money they have. Some of them are in debt. Some of them still have some of their money left. Some of them haven't. One of them literally hasn't spent anything.
The beginning when they were trying to,
So they're going through together. How much money do they have to pull together? They get to Brad Pitt, and he had like, I think it was like 8 or 9 million.
Yeah.
And he goes, they ask him, and he goes, 27 million. they look at him, and he, in the most Brad Pitt way ever, everybody turns and looks at him. He goes, hotels, man. And I'm like, you are such a BA. You're so BA for that. Like, I freaking hate you like the coolest way ever.
Nonchalant.
Yeah, he's like, hotels, man. And I was like, that's one of my favorite scenes ever. Yeah. It's amazing.
Another movie with Brad Pitt. We just going on a Brad Pitt roll.
I know Brad Pitt and Leo.
Bro, Brad Pitt got my dude.
Got the movies, man.
I love Brad Pitt.
Oh my
but
goodness.
Fury, the end scene there where it's like when it's just down to the end scene in itself where like they're just fighting and stuff like that.
Yes.
And then when it goes blacks out, and then finally the firing and like all the war and like the back and forth ends, and they just
you talking about the drone shot of the tank?
The drone shot of the tank.
Yes.
With all the bodies and stuff around it.
Yeah,
that scene was
if you have Fury
is such an underrated movie.
Yeah, because it didn't get talked about a bunch as it was coming out. I have not met a single person that's
seen it.
That's seen it and said this is not an amazing movie. It's an amazing movie.
It's so well done.
And we hadn't seen anything like it since Saving Private Ryan.
And like the lineup for it is phenomenal because it's Brad Pitt, Shia LaBeouf,
Michael Pena.
If you think everyone's opinion, Shia LaBeouf, all he does is yell and stuff, bro, watch Fury. He yells some in it, but like his acting in Fury is so, and they all just so good. It was so well cast.
John Bernthal.
Yep.
Gosh,
it was so great.
Those four.
Another one of the best scenes in the movie was when they go to that house. Remember?
Did we went and saw this movie together? Didn't we?
Yeah.
That was one of the most stressful scenes,
dude.
I'd seen in a long time.
Yeah, because that scene originally it was supposed
weirdly
to be
funny.
Brad Pitt came in. It was just him and like the lady and her daughter, and then from there everyone else joins. They're Nazis, and they Brad Pitt, like the lady was starting to make food for Brad Pitt, and everyone else, the rest of the gang basically invites himself, and then now you got this awkward dinner situation, and you got John's character who's just this antagonist, and he's just trying to stir shit up, and it's just the whole time like it's so intense.
Yes.
And Michael Pena's over here instigating.
Drunk.
Yeah, and then at the end, I'm sorry, man, I'm just drunk. One of the funniest lines ever. And it was just great because it was like the best way to relieve tension from that scene. So unexpected. Oh. That scene was so well done. It was so good.
Really, really good movie. And I know we weren't going to get into movie recommendations per se, but I know there's a lot of people that still haven't seen that movie.
Yeah.
Go see it. It's worth it. Plus, and again, Shia. Look, man, I've been trying really hard not to be a Shia stan.
Bro,
I stand Shia, bro.
I love Shia.
That's all I got to say about that.
Shia's my dude. I love Shia ever since Holes. I mean, since Holes.
Stanley Yelnats.
Yeah. What's that? What's the movie with him and what's his name? He's gonna be Venom.
Oh my gosh, that is a fantastic movie. You're talking about Lawless.
Lawless. So good.
I rewatched that recently.
I need to go back and watch it.
Amazing.
Lawless is so well done. It's like a.
It's him.
Is it Western? I guess it's
so. I can't remember if it's in Virginia, but it's basically a Prohibition era movie where government essentially tries to get in on their moonshine business, and a freaking war breaks out between the deputy assigned and then the whole Bondurant family.
Yeah,
nuts. It's really good. And again, Tom Hardy is a boss. Shia a boss. And then the third brother, I forget what his name is, but he's dude from the Terminator movies. But that movie is dope.
That's another movie that kind of came and went, but like it really underrated. So
that movie's got a great scene. Have you met my brother Harold?
Oh
yeah. Have you met my brother Harold? Yep. And basically the whole breakdown of the scene is the local sheriff comes to and I forget the main brother's name, but he comes to the house, which is kind of like a bar, restaurant, gas station type thing. But he comes to the house and he tries to, in the most diplomatic way, tell them, hey, we got to be diplomatic with these guys. We cut them into some of the moonshine profits. Will be good.
Yeah.
And you all of a sudden you hear these heavy footsteps in the background, and you hear Tom Hardy. And Tom Hardy says maybe 30 words the whole movie, but you hear him go, "Have you met my brother Harold?" He comes out and beats the taste out of this sheriff.
Insane. Yeah. Like, so uncalled for.
Yeah, and Tom doesn't say a thing until finally his brother takes the nozzle of the gas station and puts it in the sheriff's mouth, and he goes, all right, that's enough, Harold. That movie.
Yeah,
and Tom Hardy, whatever Tom Hardy's in, I watch too.
Oh, Tom Hardy.
Like Venom might be a trash movie, don't care.
Yeah, no, Tom Hardy. I'm gonna go see it
anyway.
He's phenomenal. But another movie, one of my favorite, I think it's still my favorite movie of all time, is Gran Torino. And one of the, I think, best scenes ever is towards the end of the movie. Spoiler alert coming up if you decide to see this movie. But at this point, it's been like years. It doesn't matter. But it's towards the end of the movie where essentially this gang has been given this dude issues, and Clint Eastwood's character has kind of friended this guy. And this gang has been giving this guy a lot of issues and stuff like that. And so towards the end, Clint Eastwood goes to this house that the gang's known for. The gang resides there. Clint Eastwood approaches the house, and kind of he reaches in. He's talking with the dudes, and everyone's like, all the gang members are like in different windows and stuff, and they're like, "Yo, what's up? What you trying to do? And like, why are you here?" And they're like talking smack to him. And Clint Eastwood reaches in his jacket, looking like he's going for a gun, and they just all fire at him. They all go shooting off, and like, just like his body's filled with bullet holes, and they kill him right there in the spot. And then the next scene comes, and you see it where, they shoot him up, and then his body falls to the ground, and as his body goes limp, his hand kind of comes out of his pocket and falls to the side, and you see he was reaching for his lighter, and so he essentially did that. He essentially set them up to kill him, so that way they could end up like getting arrested for that. And he basically sacrificed himself so like they won't bother this dude anymore and his family. And I remember just watching that scene the first time, and I was just over there like,
dang, bro,
just holding back.
Yeah.
Gran Torino, if you haven't seen it, it's such a great movie. Just with a lot of stuff related with race. It takes a look at Hmong. Is it Hmong? So the Asian
I think so.
Hmongs. Yeah. And so it's the premises of, you got this white neighborhood, and these Asians are moving in, and Clint Eastwood's character, war veteran and all this, and at first he feels some type of way about them, and he doesn't love like what's going on. It's just this old guy not liking how times have come.
Yeah.
And you kind of see how as the movie progresses, how his mindset changes, and how like these new neighbors he has, how he feels some type of way about him at the beginning, but over time it changes, and then he ends up like sacrificing his life to save him at the end, and it's a super cool movie, very emotional. But that scene, like they're just firing away at him, and you're like, no, why'd he do that? And then when you see like he's holding the lighter in his hand, you're like, dang, that's deep.
Yeah,
That's
and
deep.
there was a lot of commentary about that movie, specifically in regards to racial tension and,
Yeah.
and getting with the times, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Super memorable. But yeah, I'm looking forward to. I gotta go through the list because it's like music. When we went through and did the list with music, it's like you forget
No.
stuff that
Yeah,
came
you
out.
can- I know. I'm
So are we
like-
doing top 10?
We could do top 10. We could do
We
top
doing top
10.
10. All right.
We could do top 10 because there's a lot, and realize it's our favorite scenes. It's what we think is our best scenes. I don't want to hear none of y'all garbage crap. All right, don't come at us with no attitude or anything like that.
Yeah. Listen,
But-
this is us. Okay.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, that's
I'm excited for this.
No, this will be good. So
Yeah.
each of us have our own top 10.
Best scenes.
We'll
in cinema
alternate.
history.
Yeah, and we'll alternate, and this gives us the opportunity too. We're gonna share the heck out of this thing because I want to know what people's favorite movie scenes of all time, or what they think of the best
Yeah.
movie scenes of all time are.
Yeah,
We gotta get this thing going. We gotta get it. I'm curious to see what people think.
that's gonna be hard because, man, so many movies.
Oh, it's incredible. I was thinking
So
about
many movies.
Inception. At
Oh,
the end of the movie, when
I've
there's
yet to
literally
see Inception, bruh. I know it's
you ain't
crazy.
leaving the house.
No, I know. I still need to see Inception. Yeah,
Nah,
Inception,
bro. What? No. What?
bruh. I don't know how.
What do
it
you
is-
mean?
I don't know how it is. I miss Interstellar.
It's not even.
I'm
My
a-
thing is, and you've heard me say this. I don't expect people to just like movies because if it's not your cup of tea, it's not a cup of tea.
Yeah.
But the fact that you haven't seen it all
I know,
together
I
is
know.
pretty crazy.
I know.
All right.
Because I think it's one of those where I've seen like bits and pieces of it, but I haven't seen the whole thing in one sitting.
There, and this is actually nice. I don't get to spoil it for you. There is a scene where there are literally multiple layers happening at once,
Yeah.
and you realize, and again, it's like Interstellar, where it's like if you ain't trying to think, you're probably gonna just get tired during the movie.
Yeah.
It's one of those where like everything in the movie is culminated to this moment, and you're not sure if it's going to work. Like you're genuinely not sure. So I'm looking forward to coming back. That's my homework. All right,
Yeah.
Inception in the
Bruh.
next 7 days.
I got a lot of schoolwork.
I
and
know.
stuff, but I'm gonna try.
I know. In the
I'ma try.
next 7 days.
I know
in the
that's
next
one of
7
those
days.
where like I've always known. Yeah, I've yet to watch it, but like
Oh no, I have plenty of those.
And I tend to watch a lot of movies and stuff, and so how it's missed me this whole time, I don't know.
Well, I've
but-
gotten to mad movies late. There are bona fide classics that I have not watched until years later.
Yeah.
So I
I mean,
understand.
I recently just watched the first Godfather, and that was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I also recently started doing is going through and watching some of those old movies that everyone like
Classics.
yeah,
Yeah.
like The Big Lebowski. That one I wasn't a huge fan of and stuff, but that was one I've heard like a lot of stuff about, and so I've also made a point of going through and watching some of those classics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Well, I've started watching. You know, I actually just finished today was Jack Ryan, the TV show on Amazon Prime.
that was a movie, right? Because that was a Tom Cruise.
It's based on a Tom Clancy novels, but
I think they made one movie with Tom Cruise.
Ben Affleck.
Is it Ben Affleck? Oh,
Some of All Fears way back. Some of All Fears way back. Now, I don't think Tom Cruise has been in a Tom Clancy thing yet, but Harrison Ford was in some of the old Tom Clancy stuff, and it's forced me to go back and watch those, like Clear and Present Danger. Which again, those are
I'm thinking of Jack Reacher.
Oh yeah, Reacher.
No.
Yeah, that's Tom Cruise.
Yeah, that's
they got
Tom
2 of
Cruise.
those out.
Yeah, no, that's.
I think they got another one coming.
Yeah, that's different. No, you're right.
But no, Jack Ryan, and it's Jim. It's Jim from The Office.
I know.
But it's really good. Just finished. It's like 8 episodes, I think.
Yeah.
It's really good. But his character is based on a bunch of. I actually got some on the shelf right there. But there were some movies that Harrison Ford was in a while back two of which worth watching: Clear and Present Danger and Patriot Games, which are really good. Those came out in like the 90s, maybe the late 80s, and I had to go back and like watch those. So, but yeah, and again, some of y'all might be offended. If y'all are older, you might be offended because I won't have as many old movies on the list.
I know this list is gonna be so hard to make.
Yeah,
this list is about to be.
I'm gonna have 10 and then like 5 honorable mentions.
Yeah.
But it'll be tough to go at best.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm definitely going with
I saw it today and I was like, this is such a good question.
Yes, it's an excellent question.
There's so many great scenes and stuff. And so, yeah, next week you'll get the official list of our top 10 best scenes in cinema history. It's going to be litty. But on that note, we're going to head on out.
Yeah.
Culture Discourse Podcast. Once again, you can follow me at Thundercat Felix. I'm so used to add the Ben factor.
Right, you still get used to that new handle.
Switch it up on y'all.
Thundercat.
At Thundercat Felix on Twitter. On Instagram, it's still at the Ben factor _. But mainly hit me up on Twitter. Twitter is where it's at. Instagram's for people that are basic and spend too much time.
Like to take pictures of themselves.
Yep, and Instagram's gross because we already talked about why it's gross. People care too much.
Oh man,
it's just
leave them Instagram people alone, man.
I'm sorry, I don't know where that tirade came out.
We can start a dialogue.
Yeah, let me stop. I'm not coming at anyone's neck.
Yeah,
I really don't know why that came from.
Look,
I apologize.
It's getting late.
That was so unnecessary.
I need to eat. I don't know if you ate. I need to eat. Yeah, you can catch me at Chase Actually on Twitter, and we're looking forward to you guys engaging with us. Again, top 10 favorite or what you believe to be the best 10 best movie scenes of all time, or at the very least in the movies that you've watched. We're looking forward to talking about it, discussing through it. We're going to spend some time on it because there's a lot.
Yeah.
There is a lot.
Follow us, and also the podcast. No, boy, I'm struggling. Also, follow us on Twitter for the specific Twitter podcast. That is Culture. Oh my goodness, boy.
What happened?
I
mean, he's taking a nap.
I think I'm still just
utter.
I'm still bothered by that, man. Like, what happened? Oh, it doesn't matter. All right, follow us on Twitter at CDiscoursepod. Hopefully, I get over this tomorrow, next week. I don't know. I'm still scarred.
How now, brown cow? Now, brown cow?
Utter
disappointment.
Utter
sometimes
disappointment.
why?
Utter disappointment. Am I the only one that's utter disappointment? It sounds weird. Utter.
Yeah, but when you say it fast, T's always sound like D's.
Yeah. Shudder. Utter. Okay. I need to stop. Culture Discourse Podcast. Yeah.